You know, there's something nobody warns you about retirement, and it's not just about the schedule that changes. It's your conversations. Because one day you wake up and realize you're having a serious discussion about grocery store timing. Hello, everybody. I'm Dave Porter. This is my brother Don, my twin brother Don. He's in the Ozarks. I'm in Virginia, and this is the Double Trouble Senior Edition podcast. So, when we were young and we heard somebody talking about grocery store timing, we would have said, "What happened to us?" When we were younger, conversations sounded like this: "What's the plan tonight? What's next? Now? What shoes don't hurt? What time is a quiet hour at the gym? Did you turn that pillow? Did you try that new pillow?" And somehow this feels completely normal.
Yeah, I'm busy till next weekend. I'm busy this weekend. Used up all my energy Tuesday. Speaking of grocery store meetings, talking about grocery stores.
Yeah.
The best time to go to the grocery store in the Ozarks is around 5:30 in the afternoon because most seniors are at home eating dinner at 5:30.
What about all those working people that get off work, go by the store on the way home?
Well, they're just not. They don't park in the handicap spots that I know of.
You're just talking about parking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, that's the main thing when you're going to Walmart is getting the parking space close. And luckily, not luckily, I just happened to be had a heart attack a few years ago, and when in Missouri, at least from Lebanon, if you have a heart attack, they automatically give you a parking sticker, a handicap parking sticker. Used to, they give you a Cadillac or a Lincoln, but they don't do that anymore, I guess. Anyway,
yeah.
The best time to go to Walmart to grocery shop is about 5:30 in the afternoon. And even when you go there, it's still I call Walmart combat shopping.
Yeah,
because you're in this constant state of combat when you go to the grocery store. Because mostly you're one of the few men in the store shopping by yourself, and
you're not
some
shopping.
Of the other
looking.
The other persuasion of genders, they don't pay much attention to where they're going. They're on a mission, most of them. And I got T-boned just the other day by a lady on a cart coming around the corner of the bread aisle.
Was she?
No, it was her. Believe me, it was a her.
And wasn't it they them?
And I saw my life pass before my eyes there for just a minute, and she didn't even stop to see if I was okay. She just looked at me and humped and went, turn around and turn the other direction.
Well, it was your fault,
really, huh?
It was your fault.
Yeah, it was, I guess. Just for being there.
That's right.
Being in the store.
Should have been.
Anyway, you got to take a tactical approach when you're going to the grocery store in these days, especially when you're retired. You have to use situational awareness at all times. You got to know where you're at. You got to know where the bathrooms are at. All that stuff.
Yeah, believe me, I know. I was at a Home Depot last night.
Yeah.
There's way Home back Depot? In the far right corner where that was at.
What you said? You said you was in the Hobby Lobby. They wouldn't let you in the door.
Yeah, Hobby Lobby. Yeah. Did I say Home Depot? I meant Hobby Lobby. Well, our younger selves would have been amazed at how casually we discussed things like knees, sleep, chairs. Yeah. We used to compare cars and gadgets. Now we compare mattresses like investment portfolios. And honestly, a good chair feels like it's winning the lottery.
That's right. My gosh.
I'll tell you something else. Here's a younger us would have never understood the joy of a canceled plan.
Oh, man.
Younger you would say, Why would anyone stay at home on purpose?
Plus, you
Retired
only
you. Oh no, dinner got moved. Guess I'll have a peaceful evening. That's
yeah,
not antisocial. That's called selective enthusiasm.
selective enthusiasm. The big enthusiasm is, oh boy, I don't have to put on those hard-soled shoes again. So,
Uh,
well, time feels kind of weird once you get older. Like me, when I get up in the morning, I wake up pretty early, but lay there in the bed and I watch the news and what have you. And before you know it, it's 9 o'clock. You get up and putter around and eat breakfast at 10. Eat breakfast at 10 o'clock, and then you putter around some more. And then about lunchtime, at 12:30 or so, you eat lunch. And next thing you know, it's 1 o'clock. It's time for a nap because you've been up for 3 or 4 hours, and you have to have that nap in because if you go past about 3 o'clock without rest, you're going to be worthless for the rest of the afternoon. So
and you're gonna miss all your
you have to
TV
do it that
shows.
way. Do what?
You're gonna miss all your TV shows because you'll be asleep.
Yeah. Yeah, you want. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Things to me, I get up and it surprises me sometimes how early I get up because I really I go to bed about 10 o'clock. Then I fall asleep about 10:02.
Yeah. Well,
I wake up about 2 in the morning to go tap a kidney,
yeah,
and then
me too.
then then I'll turn the TV off because I've been sleeping since 10:02. The other night I had a dream. I guess my PTSD must have jumped at me because I had 2 dreams right in a row where I woke up in a big start. And the second one I did, I jumped clear almost completely over my bed rail. I don't know what was happening. I
You
was
got
getting
a bed
shot at or
rail?
well, I slid out of bed one night and since then Debbie, my wife, she put a bed rail up so I wouldn't hurt myself. One thing it helps you get up out of bed, get a
Yeah, you
hold
got
of it.
something to hold on to. Yeah, that's
Yeah, it
true.
worked good.
Yeah, but if you got to
Problem
get
was
out in
I
a
had
hurry,
actually the problem was that I had slid off the bed and landed on my rump, and I scooted into the bathroom trying to get a hold of something so I could get up because I
yeah,
couldn't get on my knees. I didn't have any padding. You don't get on your knees when you're an old man.
that's right.
And I finally did get up. But after that situation, of course, she heard me hit the floor and then she was yelling up the stairs, "You all right? Did you fall?" So they're always asking me every time I go to the doctor, asking if I had any falls lately.
They asked me just the other
That,
day, asked me if I
those
had
are
any falls.
Medicare questions, is what those are.
They asked me if I was happy, if I thought about killing
Yeah,
myself.
yeah. They asked me that too. They asked me. They said, "Can you? Are you having any trouble? Are you had any falls? Have you tripped over anything?" I said, "No, not since my dog died."
They asked me if I had any problems with my wife ever threatened me or anything. I said, well, she does have me on probation.
You see this big scar right here?
Yeah, I see
I had
that.
that surgery on my neck back in August, and my youngest grandson Henry asked me how that happened, and I told him that Grandma snuck up behind me and slit my throat. She did not
This,
see the humor in it.
she didn't, and I would guess that you had to explain to Henry that really wasn't a true story.
No, he knew it
No,
wasn't right. He goes, "No, pop pop."
yeah.
Well, your humor.
Uh,
Tell me how the humor shifts when you get old.
well, uh, I don't know. You tell me how the humor is.
Well, that's your section, Don. Number 6.
No, section number 6. Oh, you find a parking spot close to the entrance. I'll just tell you about it. You want to hear something funny?
Yeah,
I was at Casey's yesterday,
yeah.
and you're not gonna believe this. I was walking in the door, and I looked out there, and there was 2 cops sitting out there, watching this girl put gas in her car, and she's smoking pot right out in the open while she's filling up his car with gas. And my thought was she's going to blow up. She's going to blow herself up, right up there where she got it right around the fumes of the gas tank when she's filling that thing up. And those cops were just watching her like they just couldn't believe she was doing that. Well, I just went on in the store and I was got a Pepsi and a candy bar, and I went in there and I was paying for it, and I heard that god-awful scream. Screaming and screaming. I looked out the window and she was flattering around that parking lot out there, and her arm was on fire. These two cops grabbed her and threw her to the ground and started putting her fire out on her arm. So I walked outside to see if she was okay, and they had her in handcuffs, and they was getting ready to take her to put in the back of the car. I said, "Don't you guys think you ought to call an ambulance?" "Well, we got to take her to jail first." And I said, "Well, what for? What'd she do wrong?" He said, "Well, she was what did he say
smoking
she was
dope.
doing? She was waving a firearm."
Oh, had me going.
Yeah. I wish I couldn't remember what the guy said.
This story that I told your mother, not mine.
My mother?
Yeah, your mom. She believed it because it's your mom. Normally, my mother would never believe this story. But I told her about this guy, and we lived in Yuma, Arizona, and this guy had been to the doctor. He's in the hospital, had one of his legs. He had diabetes, and they was going to cut off one of his legs. Well, they cut off one leg, and turned out they had cut off the wrong leg.
Yeah.
So the next day, they cut the other one off. And Mom asked me, she said, "Well, did he sue him, or did he get a bunch of money?" I said, "Oh, yeah, he sued him, but the judge said he didn't have a leg to stand on."
And Mom believed you.
No, she didn't believe it after I said that. She gave me a stink eye when I said that.
Gave you a stink eye. Well.
Yeah. Well, folks,
right
here
now, you want to tell about you've got a really good Gen Z translation today, don't you?
Right. We've been doing some Gen Z translations here in the last few weeks. And today I'm going to recite the Gettysburg Address as a Gen Z. And believe me, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
7 years ago, our founding squad dropped a brand new nation built on freedom and the idea that everyone deserves equal main character energy. Now we're stuck in a massive civil war, basically a stress test to see if a country built on equality can actually survive real-world drama. We're standing on a battlefield where people gave everything, like ultimate sacrifice level, so this country could keep going. It just makes sense that we would pause and respect that. But honestly, we can't really dedicate this place more than the people who fought here already did. Their actions hit way louder than anything we could ever say.
Right.
The world might forget this speech eventually, but it won't forget what they did here. So instead, it's on us, the living, to pick up the unfinished mission they left behind. We've got to commit to the work they started and not let their sacrifice be for nothing. That means pushing forward with real purpose, staying focused, and making sure this nation keeps leveling up toward freedom. Because the goal is simple. A government of the people, by the people, and for the people shouldn't disappear from the earth, period. That was pretty doggone good.
That's almost as wordy as Abraham Lincoln said it. You know what?
Yep.
Very profound. Next week, I'm going to talk about, I'm going to do preamble to our Constitution next week.
That'll be fine.
Yep.
My wife suggested that I do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Gen
Z style.
Yeah.
So
Did you do that one too?
No, I'll do that after you do your thing.
Oh, okay. Well, all right.
Have you got about the time to get out of this place here for today? Give us your inspirational quote for the week.
Okay, my inspirational quote today is from Mark Twain. He said, "Do not regret growing older. It's a privilege denied to many."
This is true.
True dat.
True dat.
Yep.
And today's words of wisdom: the early bird gets the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese.
Oh, yeah. I also
You
have
know?
2 dad jokes, if you want to hear them right quick.
Yeah, let's go.
I sympathize with batteries. I'm not included with anything either.
Oh. Can you see
I
my
went to a
eyes?
real emotional wedding last week. Even the
Yeah.
cake was in tears.
Even the cake was in tears.
Yeah.
Okay. How many?
3 tears.
3? Yeah.
3.
Okay. It makes sense.
Okay. I think we
Well,
wore a welcome out here, Dave.
yeah. Well, if our younger selves overheard our conversations today, they might think we've changed too much. But honestly, we didn't lose excitement. We learned what actually matters. What's one retirement conversation you've had younger than you never would have expected? And if you enjoy honest, slightly sarcastic talks about retirement, subscribe, like, and share our
Comment.
channel if you would.
And
Because
comment too, by the
apparently
way.
we got a lot to talk about, me and him.
Some of it makes a
So
little sense, but
yeah, we don't pretend to be experts at anything. I used to work with a guy that down at Fort Leonard Wood. He used to say 2 things that were very important. One of them was he knew just about everything there was about everything. And he also said, if you go to Sam's, you go broke saving money.
that's right. That's
So,
exactly right. Oh, before I forget, I got the privilege next week. You know, I went on this honor flight back in October.
yeah,
Honor flight of the Ozarks, where they took us, a bunch of us veterans, to Washington, D.C. for a day.
yeah,
Well, they
I
called
remember
me the
that.
other day and asked me if I would be interested in being interviewed on radio for their upcoming telethon.
Ooh,
So I'm going to be going to Springfield on Tuesday and interviewed at 4 radio stations. And these interviews will be, there's a bunch of us going, I guess, and we're going to tell some stories about our time in service and how we thought about the flight we took that day and how we were treated and all that stuff. So
yeah.
it's just an honor to do that, and I'm just tickled to death to go.
Well, sounds like
So,
fun. You're used to talking in a microphone now.
oh yeah, they may want to hire me once I get in there. You never know.
Come you didn't tell me I had ketchup on my face? It's not
Uh,
there now. I just wiped it off.
I didn't notice. I
I
wasn't
had
looking at you anyway. I was looking at me.
Burger King Whopper for lunch today.
I had a
First
double
one I've
Whopper
had in
just
a
the other
long
day.
time. Double.
Double Whopper. I was hungry.
Can't lose weight doing that.
I think we
Oh,
better go, David, because
okay.
we're talking about stupid stuff now.
Yeah, we're really getting out there now.
Yeah. Oh
Well,
well. Say
anyway,
goodbye. Treat yourself better today.
see you next time.